What up, everybody? It's me, Fallon Renee, and I'm here to talk about toxic dating trends. But before I get started, I would love for you guys to like, subscribe, and share my video. Make sure you guys, if you like the content, give it a good thumbs up for me, and just tell a friend to subscribe to my channel. So we're gonna get into it. I love Instagram. It's one of my favorite platforms. Even though they have a ridiculous censoring community and their review policies are ridiculous. And yeah, so I love Instagram. I love reels and all that stuff. And I love just following positive pages and pages that can help with like your self-discovery and your self-journey and love and relationships and God. So I try to follow a lot of those pages. And I came across this woman's page and I just went down a wormhole of like her posts and I truly fell in love with her. But this one post caught my attention and it was toxic dating trends that you need to know. And I was like caught like by surprise at how many of these dating trends I've fallen victim to. And you would think like me in my big age that I would know what's up, like, or not fall victim to like stupidity or the stupidity of the opposite sex. But apparently I'm not that smart. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and read off all of these trends that you guys should know. And I'm going to tell you stories about my experiences with these certain types of trends. The lady's name is Ginger Dean and her Instagram is Loving Me After We. Again, that's Loving Me After We, and it's no spaces. Her bio pretty much says she wants to help women heal after toxic relationships and become the best version of themselves without spending years in therapy. I really love this page. So let's get started. Toxic dating trends you need to know about. All right. So the first toxic dating trend is going to be zombieing. Zombieing is when someone goes MIA, then returns to flirt with you like they never left and nothing is wrong. Wow. Like literally someone that I truly care about as a friend and like, you know, like as someone that I liked was doing this to me. Like literally like weeks without talking, a week without talking, days without any type of communication. And then all of a sudden it's like, yo, what's up? Where you at? Pull up, blah, blah, blah. And my dumbass would go running. Like, and I just realized that that was not serving me. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, this is not for me. Like, what are you doing? Like, Fallon, you don't do this. Like, I literally, it's so crazy how we like me, I don't take crap. But it's just certain people that will make me be like goofy. Like, bro, you're really goofy. Like, don't, like what, you have to catch yourself. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I have to like take myself by my own shirt. Like, get, like let's leave the party. For real. So, and it sucks because like now I don't even want to be cool with that person anymore because I feel like they tried me. And yeah, you should never let anybody treat you like an option. You're not an option. You're not a fling. If that's what you want to do, cool. But if you know that's not you and you know that it makes you feel like empty, like I don't like hooking up. That shit made me feel so empty. Like something is missing. I don't like it. I feel like you stole something from me. Like, I don't know. I'm just dramatic. I don't like hooking up at all. I want something long lasting. I want someone that sees the value in me the first time. So the next one is orbiting. Orbiting is when they refuse to text you back, but continuously like your post and watch every story you post. Now, friends can do this too. People can be at odds and like still like be on your page, liking your story. Like, I've had people do this to me, even as just friends. Like, this is corny. Like, especially if we're supposed to be I'm trying to get in contact with you. Excuse me. If I'm trying to get in contact with you and you are like ignoring me and you're on my page, I don't block people because I want you to see the glow up. I want you to see that life is gonna go on without you. But I have to block you at that point because now you're playing games. Stop playing with me. Like, you see me texting you. Like, what are you doing? You saw my text from like a day ago. You could have texted me back. Like, come on. All right, the next one is pocketing. Pocketing is when someone refuses to introduce you to their family and their friends because they aren't 100% sure about you yet. I've had this happen, but I think it was more so like a racial thing. And I'm gonna explain. Okay. So I was dating this guy and he was white. And I took it to my family's house, introduced him as my boyfriend. My mom and my stepdad, they loved him. My family, they just assumed that I would always date white guys. Why, I don't know. I love black guys. Like, I mean, I love guys, but like, I like black guys. But he was like, so welcomed in my home, and like it was just the easiest thing ever to introduce him to my family. Like, and then when we got around his family, when it was time for the opposite, when it was time to introduce me to his family, he's like, "Hey, everybody, this is my friend Fallon," and I was like, "What? Who? Me, friend?" I couldn't even say. I was so like shocked. I could not even say anything. I was so like, what the heck? Like, what the heck? So we argued about it. I was like, bruh, like I literally took this to my black country southern mother's house who was 18 when Jim Crow was still around. Like, are you kidding me? And they accepted you with no problem. Like, why are you telling your family that I'm just your friend? We lived together. Like, literally, we had a business together. We did CrossFit together. We had certifications. We went and got our certifications together. And you introduced me as your friend, the woman who's making your freaking CrossFit meals so that you can get gains? Are you sick? Are you crazy? Are you mad? Are you crazy? Like, bruh, it was so insane. So he was like, "No, I'm not ready. Like, I've never really brought a girl home." And then out of all the girls I can bring home, the girl's black. Like, I'm like, that shouldn't matter if your family's not like freaking racist. Like, so we try to get over it. He's like, "No, I'm gonna introduce you." Blah blah blah. His brother visits from school or wherever. Like, his brother, I think, played baseball or something. He came from school, and he just came unexpectedly to the house. And I was sleeping in bed. He woke me up and was like, "Hey, can you go in the spare room? My brother's here, and I still haven't really told my family where to." I said, "Take me to my mom's house. Take me to my mom's house. Take me to my mom's house. I want to go now. Like, I want to go. You are taking my black son, who was maybe 1 at the time, to the supermarket with you and telling people that is your kid. You're going to kick me out of my own room? Take me to my mom's house. I don't want to be here anymore." And we broke up. Like, some of the other stuff happened too, but that was like the end of it for me. That's when I had no respect. I didn't care, like, because that was just, you're crazy. And I'm a very respectful girlfriend. Like, I pride myself in being like a good girlfriend, good wife. Like, I don't want like anyone to have any type of like negative stories to say about me. So it's just who I am, but I also like go above and beyond for like my boyfriend. So for anybody to treat me like that is not acceptable. Fire dooring. Fire dooring is when someone expects you to come running whenever they call, but they never answer when you are the one who needs them or who needs something. I can't say I've been through this. I will say that I've had people in my life that like I would do anything for. Like, I would literally be like, "Are you hungry? Let me make you some food. Like, do you need something?" And when it came to me and me wanting something or needing something or wanting time or whatever it was that I wanted, it wasn't reciprocated. The energy wasn't reciprocated. The urgency wasn't there. The priority wasn't there. And I'm very like, I know my worth. I know who I am. I'm not going to let anyone treat me like an option ever. So once I feel like you being shady or you being funny or you acting funny, I'm going to show you that I'm hilarious. Period. So the next dating trend is slow fading. Slow fading is when they start answering your texts with fewer and fewer words and start spending less and less time with you until they don't contact you at all. I don't think this has ever happened to me, but this is corny as heck. If you don't mess with somebody no more or you don't like somebody no more, just tell them. What's hard in communicating that? Hey, like, I think you're a great person. Or even if you don't think they're a great person, hey, it's not anything to do with me, like, or it's not anything to do with you, it's me and where I'm at in my life. Like, whatever way you need to say it or whatever you need to say, you need to say it to that person so that they don't go into every other situation ruining those people because they haven't got closure from you. It's so easy to give closure. It's so easy to be like, I just want to be friends. I feel like we're better off as friends. I feel like this isn't going to work. I feel like you're a great person, but this isn't going to work. I feel like we don't, our, what we want in life doesn't match. So this is going to work. Whatever it is, and however you need to freaking say it, just say it. We're all grown. We're grown. Like, just say what you need to say. Fubbing, I've never heard of this, but when someone meets up with you in person but stares at their phone the entire time instead of paying attention to you. I can't say this happened. I can say, like, we live in an age where technology is a thing, and I'm guilty of, like, sometimes being on my phone when I'm out with somebody. But I feel like it's more so in times of silence. I don't feel like I'm on my phone with people while they're actually talking to me. Like, if I'm engaged in conversation, or like I'm really having a genuine conversation with somebody, or like we're just having fun, or we're just talking, whatever, I'm probably not going to be on my phone. But in moments of silence, I'm going to be on my phone. And I've been called out about maybe being on my phone a little bit too much. And in those instances, I stop, because I care about that person. I don't want them to feel like I'm not paying attention to them, or I don't want to be there with them. I'm just a person, like, I'm either very chatty or not chatty at all. Like, I either want to talk or I don't want to. I don't have no gray areas. I either want to talk a lot or I don't want to talk at all. So when the times I don't want to talk, I'm usually on my phone, and it's usually not doing anything. I'm like on Instagram, or I'm like gaining inspiration for a video, or I'm like finding content that I could talk about, or things I could talk about, whatever. But yeah, it can be a problem if they're 100% just on their phone while they're with you. Yeah, I would have a problem with that. Kitten fishing, also never heard of this, is when someone lies on their dating profile by using ancient pictures of themselves or telling white lies in their bio. I don't go on dating apps. I'm totally against dating apps. I think I joined one of the more sophisticated ones, not Tinder, but one of the other ones for like a day. And I actually saw Kevin Samuels, like I matched with him, and I was like, I don't need to be on here. I don't know if it was like a catfish of him, but it was like his whole profile. And I was like, I'm straight. Like, this is why I know I don't need to be on here. I feel like it's always better to just meet people in person. Like, I love meeting people in person. Like, I'm not like the friendliest person, but if I see an attractive guy and he comes to talk to me, I'm going to talk to him. So yeah, I don't do dating apps, and I also feel like they're unsafe. So I don't really mess with dating apps at all. The next one is cloaking. Cloaking is when someone blocks you out of the blue, so you have zero way of contacting them to ask what made them run away. I've never done this. If I blocked you, you know exactly why I blocked you. We probably had an argument before. You probably said you were going to do something, you didn't do it. Like, it was something of that nature. We probably had a disagreement, and I was just like, I'm not messing with you no more. And I probably told you, like, I'm going to block you. And I did it. Like, I don't like just leave people in the cold. Like, I'm going to tell you the reason why I don't fuck with you no more. Because, especially if you ask me, like, I don't have time. I don't want you, like, creating some false narrative and saying, or lying. Like, you need to know exactly why we don't speak anymore. That goes for a friend or a partner. Okay, ghosting. I have a story. Ghosting is when someone disappears without any explanation, leaving you wondering what the hell went wrong. Oh boy. I've never been ghosted until my 30s. Oh my God, my chest was hurting so bad. Like, it was the craziest thing ever, because imagine you think somebody like truly likes you, like y'all getting along really well, and then they just stop talking to you out of nowhere. The stress, the pain, the agony. My chest. I was so upset. So I met this guy. I want to say this was like, what's this chair? Hold on, I gotta fix this. Oh, so damn, I'm about to hurt myself. So there was this guy that I met who will not be named, and he was amazing. Like, we met on Twitter, which is great. Maybe that's a dating app. But we met on Twitter. We were having a conversation about restaurants, because we both work in the restaurant industry for a long time. And he was talking about how there was like not enough fine dining or something. And it just got us to sparking a conversation. And then he ended up sliding in my DMs and was like, hey, can we go out to one of those like non-fine dining places you're talking about? Or like those non-fine dining places that you seem to like. And I was like, cool. So we met up. We had a great time. And I enjoyed the conversation with him. He's really handsome. He was like very tall, like just my type, right? And it just continued every day, texting, talking. Like it was constant communication. He came to my job quite a few times. And we just had a really, really good like vibe, you know. It was not forced, it was very natural. We both expressed how much we liked each other. He came to my house. I knew I liked him. I was like, let me see how he interacts with my kids. I never deliberately bring nobody around my kids. And they liked him. He's funny, you know. And it was just like I said, a really, really good time. And maybe like a month into it, we, we did it, and it was like kind of awkward. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he came fast. Like, it was like awkward as hell. It was like, when I say fast, I mean really fast. Like it was too much. So, after that happened, we still talked. So I didn't think never in my mind would I have thought it was because he got what he wanted or whatever. Because we still talked every day after that. He had a meeting, he texted me that day, we talked every day. We were on FaceTime. It was just still very normal. And then I visited him at his job because he was so busy. He worked 2 or 3 different things he was doing. And he was so busy. I pulled up on him. I was like, hey, I'm coming. He was like, cool, you know. We had a great time. We talked while he was at work. He was like, it looks so nice. Just, it was still normal. Nothing changed. Then one day, we even made out at his job, which was really crazy. Then one day, he just stopped texting. I texted him good morning or something like that. I think I let a day pass. We didn't text. And I was like, oh, wait, damn, I didn't talk to this nigga. And then I texted him hey, and nothing. It was nothing. No, nothing. I was like, okay, that's weird. So then I was like, is everything okay? Da-da-da. No response. I said, oof, I think I just got ghosted. I was like, bro, I think I just got ghosted. So then I texted him a long thing. I let some days pass because I'm not going to keep texting you. I let some days pass, and I texted him this long thing, and I was just like, if you don't want to talk to me anymore, I would prefer if you just communicated that with me instead of just leaving me hanging and leaving me to feel like I did something to you, blah, blah, blah. Gist of it. It was really long. It was kind of I went in though. So then he texted me back, and he was like, I really want to apologize. It has nothing to do with you. I just have a lot going on. I do apologize. I can't give you what you need right now. When I'm in a better position, we'll try to reconnect. That was the gist of his conversation, or his response. Child, please. So granted, he works in the restaurant industry, and he works at a place that my friends often go to. So I would meet up with him sometimes when I would still see him, but I had a grudge, you know what I'm saying? So then one day I went there, and I was on my own that day, and I was writing a script or whatever, and I was done, and I was like, hey, can I talk to you outside? And I was like, we're at an age where I feel like I deserve the courtesy of you letting me know that you no longer want to see me, that you no longer want to be around me, that you no longer feel that not somebody calling me while I'm trying to tell this story. So pretty much, I just told him about himself, into his face, I'm a good person. I don't feel like I deserve the way that you ended the situation. I don't deserve that. It's not cool. It's not fair to me. It was pretty fucked up, and it was pretty immature. And he was just listening, and I was just and I hope that in the future, when you meet a woman and you no longer want to, deal with her, that you can do it in a more, mature way, in a more eloquent way, in a more, just in a better way. It's hurtful, and I don't deserve that. And he was like, I totally agree, and I apologize, and we hugged, and that was it. So then he had months pass, months, I don't even know, a long time passed, and he had texted me I guess he was texting everyone hey, I'm having this event, please come through, show love, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I want him to know that there's no hard feelings. I bought him a really cool flask with his nickname engraved in it in gold. And just to like, because we obviously had talked for quite some time, and we talked every day, so I knew that this is something that he was really trying to do for a long time. And to see it, you know, happen for him, I'm not like a malicious person. I was at that time over it, so I was like, man, this is really good. I'm excited for him. Let me get him a gift to commemorate, you know, his achievement. So we meet up, end up going to Magic City. I met him at Magic City, gave him the gift, and he apologized, but in a better way. And he just basically told me, like, I just want you to know, like, what I did is not a reflection of you as a woman. You're a great person. You're a great woman. And I recognize that, but I wasn't at the place in my life to give you what you needed. And I didn't want to lie to myself for you. And, you know, again, I really apologize. I didn't handle it in the right way. And I was like, man, granted, this is happening in a strip club, and this is happening in a strip club, and there's booty cheeks everywhere and money flying all over the place. But it was just like, no matter where it was, I needed that. Because at the end of the day, even though I know my value, it just made me feel like bad. It made me feel sad. It made me feel low. Like, why would you do this to me? Why would you, it's not as if you didn't like me. It's just that you couldn't facilitate the type of life that I wanted to live. Like, so, and I'm not talking about financial stuff. I'm just talking about like a family structure, love, like seriousness. And even if he just didn't see that with me, that's fine. You're not the last man on earth, but just tell me that, you know what I'm saying? So that was like my only time I've ever been ghosted. And I was like a year ago. So it's not a bad thing. Like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. I'm not sure, but it was probably 2021. Yeah, like earlier in that year. So yeah, that was my experience with ghosting, and that shit is crazy. It makes you feel like you ain't that girl, and you or that guy. And you have to really not allow people's actions to make you feel less than. And you have to not allow people's actions to define who you are and your value. I don't care what people say. I don't care how people treat you. That doesn't define who you are. Only you can define who you are, okay? So we're getting to our last page, and cushioning is the next toxic dating trend. When someone starts flirting with others, even though they're in a relationship, so they have a backup plan once they're single. This is textbook cheater. Like, I don't like friendly men. I don't like men who, this is why I don't like friendly men, because I feel like all you're doing is like creating like a list of girls that you can go through if in an instance we're not talking anymore. Like, that's how I feel. That's what I think. Like, why else would you want to be befriending other women, multiple women, while in a relationship? If these women you knew before your relationship, that's fine. They're your friends before you had your relationship. That makes perfect sense. Why would I ever tell a person to stop talking to a woman that he knew from college, that he met on his first job, that is really genuinely his friend? But when you start talking to women and saying, oh, this is my friend, do I look like Boo Boo the Fool? Like, boy, stop playing with me. I don't like that. It's like a pet peeve of mine. Like, I do not like men who value having a lot of female friends, or like make it a priority to make female friends while they're in a relationship with me. I don't, because I know for me, if a man is trying to be my friend, he's just waiting his turn until my dude messes up. That's it. That's why when you talk to guys and they're like, you're like, oh, I got a boyfriend. You're like, oh, you can't have friends. He don't want to be your friend for real. He originally wanted to talk to you and you dubbed him. So now he's taking a place of being your friend. So when you're no longer with your man, he can step in. It doesn't, I'm like, that's common sense. Like, come on. I hate that. Almost. When someone acts like they're interested and even starts to treat you like a partner, but refuses to put a label on your relationship. Twice in my life. Once early on and once recently. I don't play that. Like, so I don't even know. Like, you just get caught up sometimes. And I feel like it just happens to the best of us. You get caught up in situations where you feel like this person loves you, you love them, and then they just you go with the flow. You be going with the flow. That's why I be telling people, don't go with the flow. Talk about what you want in the beginning. Because when you go at the flow, years are going to pass and you're going to still be stuck with this person that y'all are not really together and y'all are in a situationship. And if that's not what you want, you're going to hurt yourself. A lot of relationship qualms that we have are because they're self-inflicted. They're self-inflicted. We do things to ourselves. Like, we see the signs. We see the reasons why we should not talk to this person. And we still do it anyway because we feel like the way we love them can change them. The way that we treat them can change them. Our sex can change them. Like, the way we cook for them can change them. If we act motherly. No. People know. I know when I see a man that I'm interested in him and I want to get to know him. I want to get to know him. It's not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to fight for someone's affection, attention, love, and good treatment. They're going to know. And it's going to be reflective in the way that they act towards you. But yeah, I was in a situation like this and I was just like, bro, I'm not doing this. Like, so if you're going to do what you want to do, I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's how we're going to do it. And like, whatever happens, happens. But the crazy part about men is when you treat them how they treat you, now their chest hurts. Now you a HOE. Now, oh, I never knew you. I knew you was never, you was doing it to me. I took it on the chin. I said, okay, you want to act like this. We're going to do it like this. And now you want to cry in the car. That's your own problem. Treat me better and I will treat you even better. Okay, benching and breadcrumbing is the next thing. They don't plan dates, however, string you along via texting and intermittent calls to keep you on the roster with no intention of dating you. Don't play with me. I don't know if nobody ever did this to me because people don't plan dates with me. Like, people actually like going out with me. I'm really fun. I'm really like a good time. I don't start no problems. I like to drink. Like, I like to dance. Like, I could be quiet at first, but once I start drinking, I'm a different person. So I'm really a good time. I'm not like weird, nothing like that. I just like to have a good time. So people like going out with me. So I don't think nobody ever like was like, oh, saying, oh, let's go out, and then it didn't happen. That doesn't happen to me. But if you're doing that to people, you're a loser. Please stop. If you don't have no intentions on dating someone and taking them serious, leave them alone. Leave them alone, please. It's so easy. You could just go be with somebody you actually like. Negging. I've never heard of this. They insult you. Why do I have to burp? I don't understand. They insult you with backhanded compliments to undermine your confidence. I don't usually date women like you, but you're different. I wish somebody would say that to me. I have had guys that I would never date be like, oh, you're beautiful for a dark-skinned girl, stuff like that. But like, it's like, it doesn't even matter, like, because I wouldn't talk to them anyways. Like, they would not be somebody I would date. So I don't even value like their opinion at all. Like, I feel like when you don't like somebody, you don't typically like value their opinion, or you shouldn't value their opinion. Like, the people that like me. Like, I don't have to like force it or like prove myself or prove that I'm a pretty girl. Or the people that see it, and the people that don't. Like, everybody's not gonna find me attractive. Everybody's not gonna like my personality. People are gonna find something wrong with me. But the guys that like me, the majority of guys that actually like me and like dark-skinned women and brown-skinned women and women of color, those are the men that I'm paying attention to. I'm not paying attention to the few men over here that are like, oh, well, I don't like dark-skinned girls. Who cares? But the only thing I will say is that the most hate I've ever gotten for being dark-skinned, or like somebody being like, well, I don't usually date girls like you, but I would date you because I would never date you. But it's usually from men that are 55 shades darker than me. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm brown. I'm literally brown. I'm like brown. You're the color of my top. What? Are you serious right now? Like, stop playing. That's very rude. I would never say that. I would never be like, oh, you're cute for a white guy, or you're cute for a Puerto Rican. No, an attractive person is an attractive person. I may have my preferences. I may like dark-skinned guys with nice teeth that are tall and da-da-da-da. That's what I like. But I also can recognize when a man who is not my type is attractive. And I'm not going to be like, oh, you're cute for a light-skinned guy. Like, what? You're just attractive. Why do you have to put that in there? That's undermining my beauty and the way, and trying to make me feel less about myself. Like, that's not a compliment to me. And I would never date a guy who has never dated dark skinned girls. I don't even play like that. Like, I do not play like that. If you have not dated black or melanated women, even the white guy that I talked to, he never dated a white girl. Like, he's never been with white girls. Like, all his girls were dark skinned Spanish girls. Like, I'm not dating nobody who's never dated no one that's dark skinned. Especially if you're dark skinned, that's a big red flag. Not doing it. So those are the toxic dating trends. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave in the comments if you've ever experienced any of these things. Like, it's really crazy. Dating is really hard. I would say just don't play yourself. Don't lie to yourself. If you don't like something that somebody is doing, if somebody is being truly toxic to you, if somebody is not giving you the attention that you require, if somebody is giving you backhanded compliments, if somebody has ghosted you, let them go. Let them go. Let them go. They need to go. You are wonderful. You are wonderfully made. You will find your partner. God will send you someone. Just be patient. Don't take any and everything that is thrown at you. Don't allow everybody that wants access to you have access to you. It's not, you are not for everybody, and you shouldn't be. And that's perfectly fine. The person and people that are meant to be for you will find you. Or you will find them, however it works. But don't sell yourself short, okay? You are amazing. You are amazing. And you deserve a partner that feels the same way. All right? That was my time. Thank you guys so much. Mwah.